All right, we are back with another special edition for you. Our special guests are music industry veterans. They are historians. They're talking about the history of the Philly music scene. They're authors of the book, When We Rocked, the story of the Philly rock music scene. Please welcome Mick Michaels and Antonio Aloia.
How are you?
Greetings, guys, from coast to coast, from Cali to the Atlantic. We love it.
That's it. That's it. Thanks for
Please.
having us on.
Well, it's our
Absolutely. Thank
pleasure.
you.
We love history. I was born late '50s, so I kind of grew up in the '60s. Like I say, I was 5 when I saw the Beatles and Ed Sullivan. Beatles changed everything. I mean, a million garage bands were formed, and I
Sure.
know you guys are a little younger, but you hear the stories that literally
Absolutely.
everybody in America would watch Ed Sullivan on Sunday nights.
Right.
This before cable, before before the internet. You had no choices. There were probably two other channels, but it was probably Lassie and Bonanza or something. So, Ed
That's it.
Sullivan introduced us to the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Elvis, the Who. I mean, oh man, what incredible stuff. But talk a little bit about you guys' history and bring us into why you wanted to document this Philly rock scene and why you guys make a good team in doing so.
I entered the Philly rock scene in the '80s. I was playing in bands, and I just gravitated towards music. I was in the scope of the book. I'm a little younger than some of the era, but then I was part of the later era. So it had always been a part of what I've done, and I've been doing music ever since. And for years, I've personally always wanted to document that time. And I, to be honest, just got tired of hearing about the LA scene all the time. The Sunset Strip. It is fabulous. It's fantastic. It really had a huge impact on the U.S. market during that time and moving forward. However, I always thought that Philly was overshadowed too much by it, and because there was something going on here, and a lot of music started here. Philly was a first for a lot in this nation, and music was a big part of that early on. When the Quakers came over and moving to modern day time. So it was just something that was always kind of in the back of my head. Hey, someday, I'm not sure when, but maybe someday. Um, about 10 years ago, I started a blog where I started interviewing artists from top to bottom and everything in between, more as a personal journey for myself. And I knew that this would be a resource at some point. And just, over the 2 years ago, made the decision, let's do this. And I just, started contacting artists from the area. Some were friends, some people that I had interviewed or I met along the way and stayed in touch with. So that was kind of our starting point, and a little bit of personal experience as well. And then I got connected.
So,
I knew T was a historian and just wanted to bring him into the project. I knew that would be the positive piece that we'd had.
no, absolutely. I mean, just like Mick here, I'm a Philadelphia musician as well. Um, Everyone starts when they're in, you know, high school or college. So when I was getting into the Philly scene, there was always the stories of, hey, remember this from, either the '90s or the '80s, or insert Philadelphia story here. But every time that I would go out to these shows to play, to see friends, bands, etc., there would always be these stories that just populate the area or the air around me. So in a way, I wanted to find out more about that, those stories, and how it all kind of shaped um, the current Philadelphia, or maybe even the pre-COVID Philadelphia music scene. So when um, Mick came and approached me with this, after publishing two history books of my own, um, I was like, let's do it. At that point, they he did a interview with Johnny D, who was who wound up was going to be sorry, the interview wound up being the outline for the rest of the book. So once we figured that out and had the basis of where we wanted to go with the book and what we wanted to cover, it was those 2 years was like a sprint because we just kept going and pushing and trying to exhaust all leads that we had. So that's kind of the short of it of how we came together and really completed this book in, I feel, in almost record time.
Now, is the book in hardcover, softcover, ebook, or audiobook, or any of those?
Right now, the book is available in soft cover.
Okay.
There is a possibility that we may do a holiday expanded edition with a hard cover, maybe some colored photos and expanded photos, but we're not 100% positive yet. I'm not a digital downloader, so I figured let's do this old school and keep it, a tangible copy right now. Get people excited about it so they can, actually feel it, maybe smell the 80s if they had to, that type of thing. And I'm sure it's going to come as an ebook in the coming months, but we really wanted to give a push as a paperback.
Yeah, these days people consume in so many different ways that I understand. You want to start with what you know, but it's amazing. Some people just want to, if they're on a plane or something, they want to put some earbuds in and listen to the book, And then some people are so attached to their screens, whether it be a laptop, a computer, a tablet, they want to scroll through the book. So I would encourage you guys to explore all those because it's definitely a great story, and I think you want to capture the widest net possible for readers.
I definitely agree. And like I said, I do think that there is the plan to do that. We really felt strongly about, like, again, not dating ourselves, but to put it in that context that, that era, everything was something physical. And it just, maybe it's a throwback, maybe it's a little nostalgia, maybe it's wishful thinking, but it's been doing well right now. But we do, the plan was always to have an ebook. We just didn't want to have an ebook right out of the gate.
Got it. Well, we want to encourage everyone to go get a copy when we rock. Check it out. I'm assuming it's available Amazon and online bookstores, and
Yeah.
you have it available on your website.
Yep, it's available on our website, whenwerockphilly.com. And like you said, Amazon and a host of other online retailers.